Hi, my name's Steve Picton. I'm a teacher of health and social care at Long Road Sixth Form College, and I presume because you clicked on the link that you're interested in the courses that we offer at Long Road for health and social care, and we offer them at both level 2 and there are 2 courses at level 3. So in this video I'm going to go through those courses, explain what's in them, and we'll talk about the assessment methods for each. And then also I'm going to talk about some of the feedback that we've got from some of our students, also where they've gone after they've left us, what careers they're moving into, and where these courses might take you. Okay, so before we go into any of that, I'd like to introduce you to the team. There's me on the left-hand side with a bit more beard than I have now. I was a nurse for people with learning disabilities, did that for about 20 years, absolutely adored it, loved it. A wonderful career. Also managed care homes in the Cambridge area. Then there's Sarah Carroll. She's course team leader of the level 2 programme. She has taught PE both in primary and secondary schools. She's a football coach and a D&E leader. And then in the top right hand corner there's Lisa Myson. She's course team leader of the level 3 programme. She's an occupational therapist by profession, and she's also volunteers working with people with dementia care, which we'll come back to a bit later. Just beneath her is Johanna Thompson. She's a secondary school science teacher and a head of biology, a learning support, and has been a learning support assistant in a primary school. Then we have Steve Brand, who's a humanities teacher, Ofsted inspector, and has been a local authority's education advisor for Essex. And then in the bottom left corner, Neve Sweeney is a youth worker by profession. She's also a trade union leader, and also teaches criminology at Long Road. So as you can see, we've got quite a lot of professional experience in the health, social care and early years sectors. I think our students would probably say we're a friendly bunch, but also we believe in what we do. The primary aim of what we do is really to create good quality care workers, nurses and educationalists for the future. I think now, after these last 3 months that we've all endured, the importance of good quality carers and nurses and health carers and early years workers has really come under the spotlight. I think it's even clearer now than it ever has been. And really that's what our course is about giving you the skills to be the best that you can when you're out in the field looking after vulnerable people when they most need it. Because that's what care and healthcare and early years is all about, is being there when people have very little to get them through. And you're the person there that is helping them through any difficulties that they might have. So let's talk about the courses. So let's go back to the slideshow. So the first slide I've got to show you is about how the courses fit into the college. We often get questions about this. At the college you can study 3 A-levels, or you could just do diplomas, or you could do a mixture of both. The college is very good like that. You can do what you want to do in a number of different ways that suit you the best. So the ones that apply to us, and this is for level 3, a diploma and an extended diploma. And this may look a bit confusing, but basically you've got to think an extended certificate is worth 1 A-level. A diploma is worth 2 A-levels. An extended diploma is worth 3 A-levels. So you could just do diplomas, i.e. you could do the health and social care level 3 extended diploma, and that would be all that you would do at Long Road. Or, because we don't do an extended certificate, you could do a health and social care diploma and another extended certificate like criminology or media or business or any of the other ones. Or you could mix and match that with an A-level. So you could do the level 3 diploma, which is worth 2 A-levels, alongside another A-level like psychology or applied science or those sorts of things. Thinking about the level 3 course now, so the minimum entry requirements for the level 3 course is at least 5 grade 4s or equivalent in a range of subjects at GCSE level, including GCSE English and health and social care if taken. If you haven't got maths, you can resit maths. It makes a bigger program, but you can do that. So you'll be taught by specialists, as we've already talked about, and progress, which I'll go into more detail later as to where our students go, but it is into things like nursing, midwifery, social work, primary education, occupational therapy, nursing apprenticeships, which is nursing apprenticeships have not been around this time for very long. They were around a long time ago, but they've not been around recently for very long, but they are becoming more and more prominent, and a number of our students go that route. There are lots of really interesting benefits to going that route. So, assessment for level 3. It's approximately 50% coursework and 50% exams. Okay, so you do have to be aware of that, and we'll talk about where those exams fit in later on, but it's 50% coursework, 50% exams. It's not quite 50-50, but I think that's a good rule of thumb to think about. And these are some of the units that you would study. Remember I said earlier, we have 2 courses at level 3. We have the diploma, which is worth 2 A-levels, which you would study alongside something else. That could be an extended certificate like criminology or business or media or those sorts of things. And we have an extended diploma, which is worth 3 A-levels, which you would study on its own. Okay, so the areas of study, the units that we cover, and this is just a sample of them, it's not all of them, but it's more than half of them, are things like equality and diversity. So this is for the Cambridge Technical Diploma. Equality and diversity, building positive relationships, safeguarding, anatomy and physiology, health and safety, infection control, psychology, sociology, promoting positive behaviour. And then for the extended diploma, you do all of those, plus you'll do research, creativity, working with people with learning disabilities, working with people with mental health issues, the impact of long-term physiological conditions. Okay, so a really, really broad and interesting range of units, and really important as well. I mean, looking at those lists, you can see how this course is designed to raise your level of understanding, to help you to progress in the careers that you've chosen for yourself. And you know, I look at that, and one of the ones that jumps out at me straight off is infection control. At this point in time, hugely important, isn't it? You know, I've never sung Happy Birthday so many times in the period of 3 months than I have in the last 3 months. So these things, hugely important, hugely interesting, engaging, and supportive of you in your upcoming careers. So one of the things that I'd like to point out to you is about work experience. Work experience is important for anyone who wants to work in a health, social care, early years environment. And we do recommend that you complete some work experience during your time at Long Road. It helps you to decide what you want to do. It gives you a chance to practice those skills and identify what you need to work on, what you're good at. I have lost count of the amount of times that I've had a student who's come in September and said, I really want to work with children. I really want to work with children. Then they go out on a placement to work with children. They come back and say, I really don't want to work with children. So it's really helpful to work out, is this the career for you? And also prospective employers, universities like it. They like to see this, and they like to see that evidence of professional development that work experience provides for you. And I'm going to give you some examples. So Maddie, who worked with the Independent Living Service in Cambridge, she learned about the process of referral, what support's available, how technology helps to support vulnerable people in the community. And she worked with a lot of different people. She did fantastically in her time on placement. Leanne worked at St Martin's Day Centre. And she also, while she was there, she trained to become a dementia friend. And she challenged a lot of her stereotypes. Again, this was something that I think she went in thinking, I'm not sure I'm going to enjoy this, but she did. She really, really enjoyed her time there. And the placements also value having students there. I believe the student we had couldn't have been any more prepared. Weekly placements provide students time to grow in their confidence and use their initiative in the workplace. So work experience, we recommend that you find space to do work experience whilst you're at Long Road. It's Tilly on a placement with the ambulance service. The issue at this point in time is currently we don't know what that's going to look like because of things like coronavirus and those sorts of things. So at the moment we're saying we recommend you do work experience. We're not going to require it of you at the moment, but it is a recommendation. So what do students do after health and social care at Long Road? So this was 45 students who completed their course in 2019. 20 were going to university, 10 were currently employed in health and social care settings, 3 were progressing to an apprenticeship, and most of the other 12 students told us they were having a gap year before university. And I'm going to break some of that down for you. These are some of the universities that our students go to after Long Road. These are the sorts of courses: adult nursing, child nursing, midwifery, paramedic science, speech therapy, criminology, psychology, social work, disability studies, mental health nursing, criminology, criminology twice, primary teaching or psychology, and many more. Our students progress into a wide variety of different things. I've been teaching at Long Road for the last 15 years. And so, as you can imagine, over the years, I've seen hundreds, if not thousands of students come through health and social care and go on to such a wide range of different areas. And one of the nicest things about my job is they get back in touch. They let me know how much they're loving what they're doing and how much what they've learned at Long Road has helped them. And they do often say, when students who go to university often say they find they're slightly better off than students that haven't done our sort of course, because they've talked about the issues already. They're not, you know, they've heard about the different scandals and issues that have come up in social work or in nursing, like the Stafford scandal, Stafford Hospital scandal, or Winterbourne View, these sorts of things which you may not recognise at this point in time, but we will talk about them. They've heard those sorts of things, so they often say that they have a bit of an advantage over students that haven't studied health and social care. But also our students go into employment, like healthcare assistants, One of my students became a special educational needs teaching assistant, healthcare assistant caring for older people. And also, like I said earlier, nursing apprenticeships are becoming very much more prevalent in the people's career choices, and more and more of these are coming online. So they are something to look at. If you're interested in it, if you just Google nursing apprenticeships, you should find some information out there. Fascinating things, and really, really useful to people. A fantastic development. So, some quotes from our students. I've wanted to do level 3 health and social care since year 10, and this person said that there were some barriers, and they did the level 2 course, and then they did the level 3 course. That's a common route for our students who they come in and they wanted to do the level 3, but maybe they couldn't, so they did the level 2. But they do the level 3, come on to the level. They do the level 2 and they come on to the level 3, and then do really well and progress onto university and those sorts of things. It's really, really useful stepping stone, the level 2 course. Process of being able to do my level 3 in health and social care has taught me many skills such as resilience and organisation. You do have to be organised. I do often say to people, it is more work than you ever thought humanly possible. Sometimes people think that health and social care is, and you may experience this in that people may say, oh, doing health and social care, well, that's easy, isn't it? It's not. It's hard work, but it's one of those things that it pays you back. The more hard work you put into it, the better your grade will be at the end of it. So, but this person says that we supported them and made it a lot smoother. It's because we're awesome. And then this person says chose level 3 health and social care because they wanted to have a future career with health and social care. They developed the skills and knowledge that they needed. And again, they're saying that they get lots of support from us teachers, and they are now doing an adult nursing degree, and they recommend it. We won't pretend. Like I said, it is hard work. Whatever you choose to do at Long Road, it's going to be hard work. If you're doing the level 2, you're moving away from your friends, you're moving away from school, and all of that sort of thing. It is hard. If you're doing the level 3, it is a step up, and you will feel that step up, but you will get used to it. You will, as you step up, your skills will increase and your understanding will increase. So you will find that the person who leaves us after 2 or potentially 3 years, if you're doing the level 2 course as well, is a different person with a different set of skills. But to make that as smooth as possible, for all the students at the college, we do run well-being days. We also have progression events that are to do with health and social care, which we'll come on to in a moment. And things like Dylan is quite a popular visitor. Dylan, the therapy dog, but also mindfulness activities and those sorts of things. We also do things, this is something that we've done for several years in a row. It's in Burwell, and it's a drop-in centre for people with dementia and their carers. And we go along as a small group of students, and we go along and we do a little presentation, we join in the activities, and it's a really, really interesting day. I always go on this trip, as you can see there. I go on this trip and I love this trip, and the students always get a lot out of it, as you can see, as do the people that we visit. So, some more feedback on students. Holly, and her goal was to join the police force, which is, I met her recently, and actually she's doing care work now. But following the career that she wanted to follow. And we also, as I said earlier, we do careers days that help you to identify what you want to do, what sort of things you'll need in order to to do that. Not sure how that's going to pan out in the future because of all of the changes that we're going through, but these will be happening in some form or function. Okay. And Ellie says, if I hadn't done level 3 health and social care, I wouldn't have got my choice of universities, and the coursework has set me up for the academic requirements for adult nursing at university. So I'm going to wind it up there, and that's been a lot of information, but I think to summarize some of this information. So there are 3 courses that we do at Long Road to do with health and social care. The level 2 health and social care, which is worth 4 GCSEs. It's entirely coursework. It takes a year, and it's also an entry. It can gain you entry into the level 3 health and social care. So the level 3 health and social care has got, there are 2 courses that you could do. You could do the diploma, which is worth 2 A levels, which you would do alongside something else. So either another extended certificate like criminology or applied science or media or something like that, or alongside an A level. So you could do psychology, sociology, whatever, or a national curriculum subject if you're thinking about working in primary education. And then we've got the extended diploma, which is worth 3 A levels. If you did that, you would do that on its own and wouldn't pair it with any other course. It would be that, although you could do that and resit maths. Okay, does that all make sense? The level 3 courses are about 50-50 internally assessed coursework and externally assessed exams. We recommend that you do placement, but we because of all the changes and things that are going on at the moment, we're not requiring it at the moment, but we do recommend it. We think it's a very, very important part of your development, and all of it can take you into employment in health, social care and early years, or it can take you into the university in those areas as well, as it has done to so many of our students over the past, like I said, 15 years that I've worked at Long Road. So I hope that gives you an overview of what we do and answers most, if not all, of your questions. I hope you're doing well. It's a funny old time at the minute, isn't it? I don't know if you're back in school or not at the minute. That's all very strange, and we all hope that you're doing well and you're coping with it all, and looking after yourselves, and we hope that we see you in the future in maybe some slightly more settled times. Okay, lovely to talk to you, and hopefully see you again soon. Okay, take care. Bye-bye.